Nobody is immune to the trials and tribulations of life.
You're not up, you're fucking down. And if you're down, I'm here to pick you up.
I don't care what it is. If you survived it, you standing there talking about it, it's cash money.
Never let your emotions supersede your intelligence.
Don't be blind to no situation that's in your face. If you feel like your good feeling is this, go with it.
The ship does not sink because of the water around. The ship will sink because of the water that gets in. So for me, I don't allow the water that's outside to get in my ship and sink it.
I can't help that these motherfuckers is soft.
Having purpose. I know what my purpose is. And when you're in your purpose, if anything fall on you, then it fall on you. At least you know you were where you were supposed to be.
And with that, I said, move on. Get your life together. Get your life together. Get your life together.
Not there yet. When you get there, you're gonna know when you got there. But you cannot get comfortable.
The greatest thing you could do is listen while you winning. We get that paper, motherfuckers throw the drip on, they got the money, they got all the chicks going crazy, everybody screaming their name, and they go deaf. Nothing can penetrate you.
I just tell myself it's okay to not be okay, as long as the goal is to get out that stage, get out that box, get out that space. That's how I fight with my demons.
It's another me mentally that everybody don't experience.
They ain't got no self-esteem, and then they come being mad at me because I got self-esteem.
See, I'm not one of them niggas that know a lot about a little. I know a little about a lot, bitch. I might not be the brightest candle on the cake, but bitch, I'm lit.
Yo, it's your boy Like Buddha Mike back at it again. Had a little bit of technical difficulty there. I don't know what's up. You know, I have the G out right now, you know what I'm saying? Yo, what up, Dennis? Dennis in the building. Fam rolling in. You know what I'm saying? We'll make sure a little bit more people feel in until we get in there. You know what we gotta do for that.
My friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet?
Probably going to get shot.
Yeah, man. Here's the glasses. Put on these ones. Alright. Let's get it.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna be.
Bitch on the ride of my back like a Mustang. I got a watch on my wrist is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I see my baby to bring it around. See ya.
They say that the Great Lakes are lakes because they're surrounded by land, which isn't all the way true, because this stream that I am showing you may just lead into a big body of water called the Atlantic Ocean. There you have it.
See fresh water right there. See it.
71,716 VHS tapes, 9 apartments, and 1 woman who saw what was coming. There's a documentary called Recorder, the Marion Stokes Project, and it sounds impossible until you research and realize all of it is true. It's about a woman named Marion Stokes who spent 30 years recording television nonstop because she believed that someday people would try to rewrite history. Beginning in the late 70s, Marion pressed record and she never stopped. She used multiple VCRs to record up to 8 channels at once. Everything from CNN to Fox News to C-SPAN to talk shows, even the commercials in between shows. While the rest of the world was watching television, Marion was archiving it. She rented and filled 9 apartments in Philadelphia with tapes, over 71,000 of them. She said she was saving the truth. Television networks eventually delete their footage, and she knew that these tapes could prove
leading somewhere. Try and cover up a lot of stuff that they say. Yeah, man. It's good to document it. It's really good to document it. Keep that shit on file.
Not releasing the Epstein files. Fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't care what you do. Start a fucking war. Just don't let them get out. If I go down, I will bring all of you down.
So you heard Trump. He said it. You know he said it.
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit.
You know, they like taking shit, so him and Tekashi. That's what I heard.
If you know what you're about to say is a lie before you even say it, you know it's a lie, and you still willing to say it out your mouth just to make somebody else look bad and to make yourself look good, you is motherfucking evil. That's exactly what you is. You is motherfucking evil.
Hey, man. I just had to tell you. It's better to hear from him than someone else, though, really. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really better to hear from him.
If you're watching this before October 21st, the algorithm just did you a solid because there's something fucking big happening online right now. It's a brand new AI income system that's quietly blowing up behind the scenes and barely anyone even knows about it yet. I'm not talking about drop shipping, affiliate links, or any of that recycled side hustle shit you've already seen a million times. This is next level. The people who jumped in early, including myself, are already pulling in $500 to $1,000 a day straight from their phone, sometimes more. There's no selling, no posting, no pitching, no big budget required. It's literally a plug-and-play system that runs in the background while you go about your day. And yeah, some people are seeing results within 72 hours. Most of them total beginners who've never made $1 online before. But here's the catch. Once the public catches on after October 21st, that first mover advantage is over. Everyone and their grandma's going to pile in, and that early window, gone. So if you've ever looked back and said, damn, I wish I had started sooner, this is that moment. Drop info in the comments, hit.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. I thought it was going to be something thought-provoking. It was not. Sadly mistaken. At least we'll go with her, you know what I'm saying? She got something.
You need to know the IRS is cracking down on these 3 things. Please make sure you watch the video all the way to the end and please share it so everybody can know the IRS is doing a year of proving. If anything seems off, you will be audited and you will have to show proof of the information that they are looking for. The first thing is self-employment. You need to make sure that you have proof. If you're filing a business, you need statements, you need invoices. If you don't have this stuff to the IRS, these are definitely red flags. The second thing the IRS is going to be cracking down on is your dependents. Make sure that you're filing the same dependent or dependents because they can look at that child's social security number. And if it's bouncing around from this taxpayer to the next taxpayer, that's a red flag for the IRS. Also, make sure that you're able to provide proof that this is my child, this is my nephew, However it goes, make sure that you have proof. School records, documentation.
Yeah, you do not want to be fucked up with the taxes, man. The motherfuckers come at you. They be trying to collect shit that they have no idea what it is. Like, shit, even debt collectors, man. Motherfucking law officers or debt collectors. Now, when the fuck did that start? You know what I'm saying? When the fuck did that start? Motherfuckers trying to hustle me out of my motherfucking nickels and dimes. Talking about I owe money. If you say I owe money, shit, who I owe money to? Because then I pay it to them, not you. What the fuck I owe you for? You picked up they debt. That's they gotta pay you, not me. Shit, fuck out of here with that shit. That sounds goofy. Fuck I look like paying somebody else that I don't even know you.
Time doing a video about the map of 2025, and we're still in January, and everything that has happened so far, honestly, this is not very far off. You look at Cali and then it's completely underwater. You look here, obviously that earthquake is. What I am saying is the map of 2025 is, of America specifically, is something that could possibly happen. At first, I was kind of like, nah, there's not enough time for it to happen. But everything that so far happened in January, honestly, this is not very far off. And so all I'm saying is, I don't know. I mean, I heard that they're not letting people get passports or renew their passports. I've heard, I mean, they're closing the border. Maybe they're trying to keep us here for something. And so all I'm saying is, watch out. Because this is the prediction of the doomsday map of 2025. Prediction, okay? Perhaps that's why all this...
Yo, what up, TZ? TZ and the King in the house. What up, King? Yo.
Dave Metcalf, UFO webcam, guys. This is a follow-up from the video I did yesterday or a few days ago talking about the common ore being an ancient biological life form. So, you know, why do I think that? Because one, I've mapped them over 18 months. I can tell you what hours they appear. I can tell you where they are during those months, when they're over land, when they're in their southernmost portion of the Gulf here. And why can I do that? Because they move like herds of animals. They emit light through bioluminescence. I've seen it up close. They all wiggle on telescope. I've captured that, guys. They reflect light on the Gulf. They are making warning signs and emitting light to our aircraft. There's no doubt. What you're going to see here is something you aren't seeing in the world, how they are coming off the water, coming out of the ocean, how they're reflecting light on the Gulf, but most importantly, how they are trying to communicate with the aircraft. It's so clear to see on our videos. If you want to see this live, come out here. January 15th, you can meet myself and Joe Fells, who's on some groundbreaking stuff in Costa Rica. You can meet us personally, and at the same time, you can stay at a beautiful resort on the beach, Plaza Beach, and watch this. We're going to be showing this to people live, guys. Follow us. You're going to love to hear our theories. We are on some groundbreaking stuff, no doubt.
Whoa, we had one come right off the water. Look at
Not the word, dog.
What up, Brody? What up, King?
What up, doggy?
Shit. Kicking it. I was wondering where everybody was, man. We got 10 people in there, but only ones talking are you and DJ. TZ.
Yeah, it's Martin Luther King's Day, you know, so everybody's probably chilling.
Yeah. I mean, they ain't get suffocated in the bed by a couple of nurses and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or get shot in the head and shit by a white guy. Or get a brick thrown at them and shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's alright, you know what I'm saying? To each stay on, you know?
Good.
See, you probably on it because you like, man, this nigga's got my name anyways, you know what I'm saying? King Jr.
Right. King Jr. Yo, that's fucking
chilling, bro. Nothing like. How long you gonna be on here for, bro?
Shit, I don't know, probably about an hour. Shit, you might as well holler at her, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's over here blowing up my phone, bro.
Yeah, she tell her to watch the show or something, man. Enjoy the show.
I'll be right back, bro.
Yep. No, hey, don't tell her to watch the show. You'll get in trouble, bro. Don't do that. We don't want you to get in trouble. All right, bro. Don't tell her to watch the show. Gotta have that sodium up in that water, y'all. If y'all ain't adding that salt to your water, you ain't drinking it right.
Just voted to remove a Democrat from a major committee. Ilhan Omar was removed from the House Foreign Affairs Committee by a party line vote of 218 to 211.
And this is exactly why we need to go on here and start lobbying our own fucking politicians. What the fuck is 211 Democrats saying no for? Bitch, you had to be a citizen to become a fucking congressman. Stupid motherfucker. What part of she fucking lied to get the job don't you understand? You just gonna let her go in? That means anybody can infiltrate our fucking government, stupid motherfuckers.
Yeah, we ain't about that life, man. We like it nice over here, you know. We didn't even let Arnold do it, you know what I'm saying? What makes you think that anything other than governor is what these people can get? Man, it's fucked up.
What's that? Oh, whistleblowers coming out about specific things that are used that he knows is capable of resetting the world. Tell me more! Yeah, this whistleblower is coming out saying he has seen and is witnessed and has been part of creating certain things that are capable, not saying they're going to be used or anything, but capable of causing an entire reset. Oh, goody. He said he didn't want to give all of the details, but he said, for example, anytime a flood needs to be created, it can be done very easily. He said the scariest one that he's worked on and has seen kind of live in terms of testing, where it's almost like a light switch where it just turns people off, if you will. Oh, goody.
Well, in that case, that means they have sound guns that can turn our frequencies off. Damn. Gosh dang. We gotta get something right, man. Get something. I don't know.
Are you aware of the documentary that Rob Reiner was working on? Because when you look into it, things get a little bit suspicious. But see, there's also another individual of which lost his life as of recently, Mr. Peter Green. You know, of course, Peter Green, who was also working on a very specific type of documentary. Do keep in mind, Peter Green died on December 12th, and here's the documentary that he was working on. Peter Green was co-producing and narrating at the time of his death. A documentary that was titled, From the American People, The Withdrawal of U.S. Aid, focusing on the potential negative impacts of this administration's cuts to the U.S. aid. The focus not only aimed to expose the consequences of dismantling U.S. aid, but also using first-hand accounts, expert interviews, and very specific investigative reporting. Rob Reiner was working on a 10 to 13 episode project about the relationship between Trump and Putin, specifically called The Spy and the Asset. And now, of course, today, December 16th, he decided to defend his statement. U.S. President Donald Trump has repeated his criticism of Rob Reiner. The U.S. President told reporters that the director was very bad for our country, having earlier written on Truth Social that Reiner's death was linked to Trump derangement syndrome. Keep in mind, this is not the first time that this has happened. I'm sure everybody remembers the tweets about John McCain. I would say it's shocking that people can't tell the difference between fit and unfit, but at this point, I'm not surprised.
That's some crazy shit right there. I done seen some shit with them people in movies, man. That shit that had some traumatizing effects, you know what I'm saying, in my psyche. I didn't like it. Especially when what was that, Pulp Fiction? When Marcel Wallace was getting banged. I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see that. Come on now.
Well, CNN never should have released this clip, but they did, and now the entire story collapsed on them. The media tried to run a whole hit job on Nick Shirley reporting around the Minnesota daycare fraud scandal, and they exposed their entire playbook. Y'all check this out. Make sure you like the video too right there, but watch this.
I mean, they would say, look, these fraud cases have been going on, but they've already done like 80 indictments. The cases have been going on, you know, for years.
And why did I show up one day in Minnesota and go to all these daycares, no children? They're receiving millions of dollars. We uncovered nearly $110 million in fraud in one day.
How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
How do I know that they're true? Well, we showed you guys what was happening, and then you guys can go ahead and make your own analysis.
We're coming so we can make our own analysis. Are you 100% sure you're true?
Yeah, I am 100% sure I'm true.
CNN is looking into Shirley's claims.
Oh, God, here we go.
Hi, my name's Whitney Wild. I'm a correspondent for CNN. We reached out to several of the daycares featured in the now viral video. Only one daycare facility answered and said they
only one of them answered.
Have you seen?
One of them answered. We reached out to several, and one of them answered, and they said, oh, no, we're not fraud.
That the videos, you know, purporting that some of these daycares don't have kids inside.
Yeah, so CNN's big investigation boiled down to this. They called some daycare centers accused of fraud, and they asked them if they were committing fraud, and the daycare centers said no. So the case is just closed, I guess. That's their reporting. Meanwhile, the original footage obviously shows empty buildings, no children, and millions in taxpayer money flowing anyway. And instead of explaining that contradiction, CNN focused on discrediting the messenger, and that backfired.
Oh man, when the fuck did doing footwork turn into phone work? Like motherfuckers couldn't go over there and ask, hey man, if you scared to do the work, just admit that you can't do the work. You know what I'm saying? You could at least did a green screen or some shit. Pulled up a Somali and had a little fucking conversation. But no, CNN want to get down with the get down and say, oh, you're around. But really, you ain't getting down. You just a clown. Trying to show us the shit that we already seen. And then try to lie about it. Try to say something else that's obscene. I'm just saying, that's obscene. I don't like it. I don't like it.
So since Trump said that you can no longer buy snacks and sodas with your EBT card, or Section 8 is for the veterans and the disabled, everybody been mad at me. For what? I don't care, because guess what? I agree with Trump. If you young, you healthy, and you got energy, you need to get up, go get you a job. Stop laying around on these men. And for the men who laying around on women, for the man who can't wait for their woman to get Section 8 so you can go lay up in her house. No, and y'all ladies, y'all foul because y'all allowing these men to sit up and lay in your bed, play with your whatever, eat your kids, zoom zooms and wham whams and pancake on a stick, all that. Man, look, make them get out and go get a job. 2 is better than 1. Both of y'all can work at McDonald's and live an okay life. Y'all don't have to sit around and wait on the government, because the government don't owe you nothing. They don't owe you nothing. So all Trump is doing is everything that you scared to say, he says it. So all my Trump supporters, follow the kid, man.
Yeah, follow the kid. You know, I need that support. But in real short, man, really what it is, man, the government owe you if you work. If you don't work, you owe the government. You know what I'm saying? That just means you wasting time, standing in the way. You know what I'm saying? When you could be doing something in the way. You know what I'm saying? Taking time out your day to make some money. So they just sit there looking funny. Hey.
We're giving 90-day notices to places like California, Scott. Right away, we're going to send out that notice. who would bill the federal government as people poured into the state to send those people back because no country can afford to do it. No country can afford to take in millions of people, pay for their education, their health care, their hospitals. You just can't do it. And we all have a heart. You can't do it. But many of those people are murderers. They're people released from jails, prisons, mental institutions, insane asylums. They're people that are drug dealers. They're addicts. Additionally, starting February 1st, we're not making any payments to sanctuary cities or states having sanctuary cities because they do everything possible to protect criminals at the expense of American citizens, and it breeds fraud and crime and all of the other problems that come. So we're not making any payment to anybody that supports sanctuary cities.
Yeah, we don't support sanctuary cities over here. Them shitties is shitty. You know what I'm saying? Keep that shitty over there. Because when they fall apart and they start eating their own, it's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? Let the lizards be lizards over there where they want to be lizards. That's all I'm saying.
What's that?
We're giving 90-day notices to places like California, Scott. Right away, we're going to send out that notice.
What's that?
Didn't play again.
What's that? Oh, whistleblowers coming out about specific things that are used that he knows is capable of resetting the world. Tell me more! Yeah, this whistleblower is coming out saying he has seen and is witnessed and has been part of creating certain things that are capable, not saying they're going to be used or anything, but capable of causing an entire reset. Oh, goody. He said he didn't want to give all of the details, but he said, for example, anytime a flood needs to be created, it can be done very easily. He said the scariest one that he's worked on and has seen kind of live in terms of testing, where it's almost like a light switch where it just turns.
I don't know how that one made it back up for a round or what happened, but it did. Creeped up in here. We'll keep moving though.
Hundreds of millions of dollars quietly moving through Minneapolis, heading straight to the Middle East. Homeland Security sources tell Primetime $700 million in cash was flown out of the Minneapolis airport in just the last 2 years, stuffed into luggage. That's 100 times more cash than what was moved out of JFK, Atlanta, and Dallas. And it's not just Minneapolis. Investigators following the money trail backward, and they found another hub in Columbus, Ohio. Officers tracked $136 million in cash leaving the Columbus airport in 2023 alone. They have the second largest Somalian community in America, second to Minneapolis, of course. But this isn't anything new. Agents have been tracking this as far back as 2017.
It's the morning of March 15th. We're chasing a tip about a man who's leaving the country. Our sources tell us he just took a carry-on bag through security that was packed with $1 million cash. You can do that as long as you fill out one of these government forms. We're told these cloak and dagger-like scenarios now happen almost weekly at MSP International. In 2015, investigators documented $14 million in carry-on cash. By 2016, it had mushroomed to $84 million, and then last year, $100 million. Kearns tracked millions of dollars in cash that was leaving on flights from Seattle. It was coming from hawalas, businesses used to courier money to countries that have no official banking system. Some immigrant communities rely on hawalas to send funds to relatives back home. Kearns discovered some of the money was being funneled to a hawala in a region of Somalia that's controlled by the Al-Shabaab terrorist group.
Money's been flying out of Minneapolis for years. Fozia Ali pled guilty to daycare fraud in 2018.
The business was suspected of billing the government for over $1 million worth of bogus child care services. She'd taken a 2-month trip from Minnesota to Dubai and then Kenya. She used an app on her phone to bill the state of Minnesota for child care services.
Insane amount of money to send back to Somalia.
You're stealing welfare money and you're taking it out of the country, and you are so in the belief that you won't get caught. You're not smuggling it out. You're putting on the form, I'm taking $20 million out of the country.
When did we start mass immigrating people from Somalia into this country?
$700 million from here to there. No arrests, no charges. Has there ever even been an investigation? Tampon doesn't want anybody recording Somali fraud. He wants you to record ICE. Who's trying to stop it? That's suspicious. Minneapolis, but the most cash flown out of there than any other hub. How did no one pick up on this?
My understanding, talking to retired airport police, is that they were told, you know, once the money was declared, that there was nothing they could do about it. So they were, meanwhile, going after, you know, people with $10,000 in a backpack who were maybe running drugs, but they were allowed, they never were told to follow up on the people carrying the suitcases of millions of dollars of cash. Secretary Bessent and the Trump administration started a new program where they're going to limit cash out to $2,000 a person, and they're also going to be geo-tracking all the cash that's leaving. And so that will really help, because before they hadn't been tracking where the money went. Once it got to Dubai, they assumed, you know, it was hard to track because it was going through the Hawala network.
Do you think Walz knew?
It's been so widely reported, there's no way he couldn't have known. Everyone's been willfully turning a blind eye in the Walz administration.
So he knew about it, covered it up, and didn't do anything about it. That's criminal.
Dude probably orchestrated everything. Yo, what up, DJ? DJ in the building.
That YouTuber Nick Shirley just came out with another video uncovering a brand new round of alleged Somali fraud that the rest of the media and the media in Minnesota are just pretending doesn't exist.
In Minnesota, we have something called non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT. My research has shown that there are about 1,020 such companies in Minnesota, and more than 90% of them are Somali-owned.
We're just looking for Safari transportation.
We don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari transportation, 607.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari transportation is.
We don't know.
Okay, so the business is not here.
Don't record. Fuad Omar?
Fuad Omar?
We don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
Money transferring.
Where is Silver Mountain here? Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay, so Silver Mountain does not exist.
You were no, the name's not Silver Mountain. It's just Silver Mountain. Don't ask me that. When you come.
All right,
so
sir. Well, so Silver Mountain does not exist.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Alleged Somali fraud happening all across that state. And if the sketchy daycares and health centers weren't enough, we talked about it all last week. Nick Shirley now reporting that hundreds of so-called non-emergency medical transport companies are now being paid millions of dollars by the state of Minnesota to take alleged patients back and forth to doctor's appointments. Sounds fairly normal, right? Wrong. Most of the companies are nowhere to be found, and the vehicles don't have any patients in them, which is a problem when you're transporting patients. And they were met with hostile Somali immigrants at nearly every address they went to. And then there was this. An unidentified man claiming to be a former TSA agent at the airport in Minneapolis, saying a massive amount of those taxpayer dollars are being flown out of the country back to Somalia in giant suitcases packed full of cash.
The smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally, it was anywhere from $1 million to $6 million in a suitcase. And there usually was, as far as I can remember, there was always two individuals traveling. So you would have maybe one guy with 2.2 million and another guy with 3 million. They would fly to Atlanta, take a flight from Atlanta to Dubai, and then apparently what I had heard was it was too busy or too dangerous to go any further with it, so they'd wire the money to Somalia.
Right there, Atlanta, biggest airport on the planet, direct back to Mogadishu. Of course, these are just allegations. Newsmax has not independently verified any of Nick Shirley's claims, but the kid is out there doing it what nobody else will. Pulitzer Prize-winning work with a smartphone and a guy named Dave. And based on what you've seen so far, would you be surprised if that reporting was totally accurate? Because we would not. Somali immigrants driving cars that most of us only dream about and wearing more bling than Kanye West. That's a Rolls Royce, by the way. Think about that. And at what point do Democrats stop protecting the criminals and stand up for the American people? Not just the people in Minnesota, the American people.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.
Some real shit. That's some real shit, y'all. What up, Angela? Angela the Doll in the building, y'all. Yeah, man. Nick Shirley out here doing the Lord's work right now, man. He out here doing the Lord's work. Getting it done. Ain't getting paid nothing but YouTube and TikTok dividends. And I know TikTok ain't paying shit out no more, man. You have to be a scroller to do that. I don't know how much some people getting paid. I need to get some of that scrolling money. Yes, ma'am.
What's that? Oh, why haven't we heard much from Elizabeth Warren? Oh, is it because she was caught funneling the LA fire victim funds through Act Blue, which isn't that a Democratic fundraising platform? Yeah, she was all up in arms and just throwing all these tantrums about Doge, trying to find, money that isn't being spent properly. So why was she so upset about it? It's almost like she didn't want to get caught diverting funds that were supposed to go to LA victims from the fires and putting that money into the Act Blue fundraising platform. Huh. What's that? Do you think she'll get jail time? I don't know. It's unlikely just because, these politicians typically just get away with everything, but at least we know the truth.
Start when all these people start going hungry and shit, man, these people gonna remember what these people look like. These people probably gonna get fucked up something decent. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be funny. I like the show. And if you enjoy the show, man, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to share, because sharing is caring. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a Karen, though. We don't need you to end up on TikTok. That'll be fucked up. Show you in one of my videos and we talking about you.
What's that? Oh, the study of etymology was removed from classrooms in 1956, so we don't actually know the words that we're saying? Tell me more! Yeah, and since words create our reality, words were altered over the years, and so now we're creating a reality we didn't expect. Oh, goody. Yeah, and every kid used to know how to decode words to really understand their actual meaning and what they were programmed to be used for. Oh, fun. For example, one of the funnest words to decode is government. What does it break down to? Oh, govern, of course, means to control, and ment means your mind. Oh, fun! I think it's time that we start to decode words again and start to really understand their actual meaning so we can use them in the right context and in the right way as well. Okay. Because then maybe our reality will be a bit more normal. Okay.
the guy has that laugh, right? Okay. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna start ending it. Okay. No, not for real though. That's goofy.
If you don't know who Sasha Riley is, then you need to find out. If this man's story goes public, then it can single-handedly turn America upside down. And when I say public, I don't mean just social media. Now, I'm going to say some things without saying them because you know they don't like you talking about those fouls. And y'all know what fouls I'm talking about. So this guy, Sasha Riley, was adopted in 1977 for the purposes of trafficking. And allegedly, he's saying that he was trafficked from the age of 9 to 13 between the people that we can't say on this app. His father worked with somebody very important, and I don't need to say his name. He said that these important people were making snuff films involving children. Now, I don't know if you know what snuff films are, but you need to look it up and find out, because this shit gets worse than that. So he says that this very important person allegedly arrived at a party declaring that he wanted to unalive somebody. And they said this wasn't that type of party. The important person was disappointed. But the host says, we have some puppies. We wasn't planning on keeping them. You heard what I just said? Sasha Riley then said, allegedly, he watched this important person slaughter those puppies, one by one. Sasha Riley also said that he watched a girl that was with him be unalived in front of him. Now, this testimony is going around. You can see it on Threads. You can see it on X. You can see it a couple of places. I will not put it here. What people are doing right now is trying to see if that testimony is actually correct. But let me say this. He is a survivor. He has proof that he was on that island. And you know exactly what island I'm talking about. Let's see if mainstream media takes this serious. This shit is crazy. And it's only going to get crazier. I'm out.
Show getting good, ain't it? Motherfuckers is coming out the closet. Motherfucking kids is telling on people when they adults and shit. Nice shit. Getting it done. Making the world a better place. A little bit brighter for the rest of the race. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving.
Breaking news, a Somali admits the crime that they're doing in Minnesota.
Somali nigga in Minnesota, they got bread. They run fucking like group home healthcare homes and get them to run up mad bread off that shit, bro. Wow, that ass, bro.
This is what we're dealing with in this country. Foreigners come over here. The American dream, they take our American dream. They take what is ours. Not by providing a positive service, but by corrupting and scamming. Now, you didn't have Alain Omar with the rest of them Looney Tunes over there parading. Well, no, that's not right. It's not right. And one of your very ones told us the complete breakdown of what you all do over there. You all make me sick. All the ones that's doing this and getting away with it. And mind you, you are not going to get away with it no longer. That disgust. Breaking news, a Somali admits the crime that they're doing in Minnesota.
Somali nigga in Minnesota, they got bread. They run fucking like group home healthcare homes and get them to run up mad bread off that shit, bro. Wow, that ass, bro.
This is what we're dealing with in this country. Foreigners come over here. The American dream, they take our American dream. They take what is ours. Not by providing a positive service, but by corrupting and scamming. Now, you didn't have Alain Omar with the rest of them Looney Tunes over there parading. Well, no, that's not right. It's not right. And one of your very ones told us the complete breakdown of what you all do over there. You all make me sick.
Mess with this brother, you know what I'm saying? Me and him correlate. That's all I gotta say. It was good. It's good. It's crazy work, but it's good. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta do it. At least you know now. Go back. Motherfuckers tell how they sell, don't they, shoes? So it's crazy that motherfuckers will say some shit and then leave it for the internet to come through and say, hey, look at this. He told on himself a while ago. We just didn't listen. Hey, it is what it is. all that's done in the dark will always be brought to the light.
5.1 earthquake near San Andreas Fault Line and Palm Springs, California, January 19, 2026. California continues big earthquakes from weekend.
Hey man, I feel like when you start feeling these ripples and shit in the ground and shit, do you ever correlate it with like somebody building up a lot of water pressure and getting ready to like just press the evac button on that shit to blow? I don't know, man. Something seems weird to me sometimes.
New law that our children now have to put their phones inside of pouches when they go to school. Pouches, something like this. Now this pouch right here is made by Yonder, and you can see you just slide the phone in it, close it up, and then it's locked. Now, do you know what makes this pouch so interesting? Of course you don't, but I'm here to tell you now. Let's talk about it. Not only do these pouches lock, they also act as Faraday cages. Do you know what that means? Well, it says here, yes, the Yonder pouch functions as a Faraday container, using specialized fabric to block all wireless signals, including cell, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth, thereby preventing the device from receiving calls or texts. The signal blocking capability is the primary mechanism by which the Yonder pouch creates a phone-free space by making the device unusable during its locked state. That means that they receive no signal. They send no signal.
Hey, you better believe I've been looking into like what kind of clothing brands and shit sell that type of shit. Like they is making a killing. And I feel like, man, if I knew me a suture or some shit, somebody that I know that could whip some shit up, dude, I would buy all the fabric for Faraday and then buy that shit and sell that shit. We ain't gonna be selling it at that price, but we gonna be making a killing. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy ass astronomical. I was just gonna be making like t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? Some underwear, stuff like that. Stuff to protect the vital organs. You feel me? Like wave caps, all that, you know what I'm saying? Some of the bonnet shits for the females. Mostly like poo shiesty masks, shit like that. You feel me? Just shit that people can use. Not worried about shit.
Satan is after your spine. This is why we have 33 vertebrates as well as 33 years of Messiah. This is also a parallel and a parable for you to understand that Satan wants those 33 vertebrates, baby. The more vertebrates that Satan is able to take over, and I tell you guys that your spine truly helps to control everything else in your body. And your depression, your mental health issues, your SUI, whatever, depression really is a manifestation of the spine being bent or put out of place. So once we start to focus in on the spine health, this is when people start to feel like a massive deliverance, or like a 30,000-pound monkey finally got off their back because they started to work on their spine health. People literally stop being suicidal once they start to fix their back. And that's because if the back is not evenly balanced, you're going to run into so many different physical issues. Pain. The mental pain is the physical pain is what causes the mental pain. It's really the physical pain which is causing the mental pain, but we can't get rid of the mental pain. We get rid of the physical pain. But it starts with your back. So this is why I'm trying to do this series on teaching people how to get more limber and how to develop their strength and get their lower back muscles all fired up and firing up at the same time. When you start to work on your posterior chain, you start to work on your posture. This is when your attacks, this is when your health issues start to go away. Once you start to actually create a strong and a straight spine, you truly have to practice the art of motion, which equals lotion, as well as we need to be stretching, using the foam roller, hanging from the bar. We need to allow that spine to get back into proper location. Remember, everybody's magnesium deficient. Magnesium also helps to rebuild your spine. Saltary offering, Leviticus 2:13. And so this is why we made y'all the Health Bible, the Meal Guide, the Health Kit, everything that you need. It's going to be available at JAMZTV.com. Put it in the link in the bio. Start healing and getting delivered.
Just getting salty with it. I mean magnesium salt. You need that magnesium, y'all. Get the magnesium, y'all. Don't forget it.
Did you guys ever wonder, how did they know that that boat was going to go to America? And as small as that boat was, it's not enough fuel. They think you all are stupid. That boat couldn't have held enough fuel to make it to America. What the? It seems as if they have lost everything, you guys. They've lost control of it all. They cannot make this operate the way it was. The stage is crumbling. Right here, right before your eyes, you all. The stage is crumbling. All right? They could have just sent a drone. I had someone yesterday was like, why didn't they just use a drone strike? Damn, I didn't even think about that. I said all of this other shit, but they could have just used a drone. But the boat that I seen with the motors on the back like that, man, listen to me. They wouldn't have made it to Jamaica. And even more so, how you know they weren't going to Jamaica? How you know they won't headed to Puerto Rico, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, you know, everywhere else?
Jen, yo, what up? What up? Nice getting home from work. Chill. Said you rolled up. Shit, I smoked some with you. Shit, I like to get high too, you know what I'm saying? Like to get high.
What's that? Oh, more and more people are reporting the fact that your phone is actually bringing up things that you're thinking and not even saying out loud. Tell me more! Yeah, most of us have noticed that when we talk about things, it'll pop up on our phone in some sort of an ad or video form. But now it's creeping out people more and more because it's coming to the point where people think about things and all of a sudden they're seeing these ads and it gets even crazier. Meaning this isn't just for new items or anything like that. People are literally can walk into a house, see some sort of an old vintage German piece, and now all of a sudden it's popping up on their phone. What? Oh, but it doesn't stop there. Oh, because now what people are saying is that when they think about even committing some sort of a crime, even though they really wouldn't do it, their phone is reporting them to then having somebody contact them and discuss this with them. Oh, goody. Yeah, some agency is showing up to people's houses after getting this information and saying your phone reported you for suspicious activity. Oh, goody.
Yeah, this sounds more like the Minority Report than the Truman Show, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it is happening in the same fashion, though. Like, yeah, report you on crimes and everything. What the fuck? This precog ass system, man. But that's why I don't fuck with iPhones, y'all. Kick the boot. I don't fuck with no Apple. You know what I mean? It's forbidden fruit, ain't it? Let's keep it moving.
Okay, what the fuck is going on? Like, what America do we live in right now? So you're telling me that the guy who is almost the vice president of these United States hired his buddy to do the hit on his own Democratic members? Bro, so according to the FBI, Vance Luther Bolter, the hitman who took out the Democratic lady who voted to block the bill or voted against the bill that was going to grant free health care to illegals in Minnesota. That same guy who took her and her husband out and went and put more rounds on another member of that party and his wife just wrote a letter to the FBI saying that Tampon Timmy Walls hired him
Yeah, that's some cold-blooded mafia shit hit right there. You know what I'm saying? That's cold-blooded. Said in Cincinnati, we go into neck numbers and snow. Thought about hopping a Southern Brown flight all day at work. That's funny as fuck. You got that opportunity though. Mm-hmm. That's when they be worried about flipping all the states red.
Starting to realize that some of these mountains were really giants. Now, let's talk about it. I know you heard of the mound builders in America, and a lot of times people hear the word mountain, they don't understand exactly what it is. So let me break it down for you. The correct term should be mountain, all right? Mountain, a mound that contains usually a body. So the job for the mound builders in America were to cover these giants, some of them even titans, and at that point in time, gods. You want to know what the pyramids are? All pyramids are burial sites of gods, titans, very important people. And our job here in America was to bury them and keep them on this sacred place and keep it protected. They've drilled highways and tunnels through some of these sacred mountains. And this also means that, yes, that Himalayan salt that you've been using might be exactly what they
Mm-hmm. Them Himalayan giants. But hey, I don't want to get too far into that one either, you know what I'm saying? Because allegedly we just living on top of dead people or beings, entities, titans. Yeah, let's go with titans. So you got top flight security. Oh, you got the people that like feeling up people and stuff, right? And then putting fingers in buttholes and whatnot. Yeah, them people, freak body people. Them the quagmires of the world right there. Jen, you already know that them the quagmires of the world, giggity. And apparently eating dead ones too, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna break down this whole Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein thing in less than 5 minutes in a nutshell. I don't have time to give all the details, so you want to give all the details, do it on your page. Listen, let's go through the history of this thing. Picture it, Sicily, 1934. No, I'm kidding. Back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, there was this guy, rich guy, Donald Trump, right? And he was a humanitarian, a philanthropist. Did I mention very rich? Well, he gave his money to a lot of great causes, including furthering the black community. He even got awards from the NAACP alongside Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali for his work that he was doing in the black community. He gave Jesse Jackson donations to fund his campaign when he was running for president back in the day. He sent his jet to get Nelson Mandela. You get the picture, right? So this guy says, I'm going to run for president. Ha ha. Well, he actually won. Well, since he won, he said, you know what? I've always said in interviews how I would help the American people and get this country back on track by using tariffs, because that's the key to making sure that the American taxpayers can see their money and actually prosper. Well, in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to drain the swamp. Well, the inhabitants of the swamp dwellers said, absolutely the fuck not. How dare you think you're going to stop our gravy train? We have been making money off of the backs of tax-paying American citizens for decades, and you are not going to throw a monkey wrench in this machine. So what we're going to do, we're going to write a narrative about you. We're going to tell everybody that you're racist, because we know that word gets everyone in a tizzy and in their emotions, and they stop thinking. They're just going to believe everything that we say. Well, come to find out, yes, quite a few people did believe that lie. But then there are those of us who thought back and said, wait a minute, when did this guy become racist? Where did this come from? Well, either way it goes, Donald Trump was like, quit playing on my name, because you know that I know what you've been up to. And you know that I know that you know that I know. Don't make me talk about Epstein. Well, that sent them in a whirlwind, and they said, absolutely not. And instead of them just saying, you know, go ahead, Donald, we've made enough off the citizens' greed. It's funny like that, you know. They doubled down and they said, well, since you're bringing up Epstein, we're going to lie and tell them that you're in those files. Well, the devil's very tricky, because technically speaking, he was in those emails. Donald Trump said, yeah, release the files. And they said, well, you know what? Nah, we're going to hold up on that. No, we're not going to do that. So he created such a tizzy with the American people that the American people kept demanding the files, and they have no choice but to release them now. Checkmate. So now that we see, yes, he's in those files, let's talk about how he's in those files. Come to find out, Jeffrey Epstein hated Donald Trump. Do you guys know why he hated him? Lo and behold, he's the whistleblower. This man is actually the federal informant that turned everybody on to Epstein. He said, hey, I kicked this guy off my resort many years ago because he's a fucking creep. And I don't like what he's doing with underage girls. I will not have it. I don't want to be associated with him. I don't want no dealings with that guy. So ever since then, Jeffrey Epstein had a vendetta against Donald Trump. But the thing is, they couldn't find nothing to blackmail him with. Imagine that. But guess who else is in those files? Guess who Jeffrey Epstein loves? The damn Democrats. He was texting Stacey Plaskett during a damn hearing. And then on top of that, guess what? He gave so much money to Hakeem Jeffries when he was running. And this is after he was a convicted you know what. Also, let's talk about the fact that Bill Clinton had been to his island over 25 times, allegedly, according to one of Bill Clinton's top aides and also one of the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. And come to find out, guess what I just read today? Bill Gates absolutely loved Jeffrey Epstein, even after he was convicted, you know what? And Melinda, his wife at the time, put a stop to it. She said, bitch, text him again and see what happened. Well, now that we see everything is out in the open and those files have shown exactly what a stand-up guy Donald Trump really is, they're going to do the thing that they always do. Distract you and say, hey, look over there, something shiny. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, and you can guess that base is actually going to fall for it. Hook, line, and sinker. They do it every time. They're so easy to manipulate. But either way it goes, listen, guys, let everybody know what set you repping this Thanksgiving, okay? Donald Junquavius, because we roll with winners. We don't like losers. I'll talk to y'all later. I will call you back. God bless you. God bless America. God bless Donald Junquavius Trump, honey. Talk to you later.
See, now, since you guys got the premise of the storyline so far, we understand how the book's supposed to play out. You feel me? But the thing about it is, like I said, we've had Trump before. They just showed a different timeline because that's what they wanted to make him look like. You feel me? He's been in a lot of movies. He's been in a lot of songs. And then out of nowhere, everybody just start talking about the nigga, you know what I'm saying? He's bad at this nigga doing this, he's over there fucking with hookers and shit, paying for pussy, whatnot. He want to touch her right in the pussy. That's how he tell if it's a female or not. You know, come on now, man. All this shit taken out of context, man. This is shit that we saying like fucking kicking the bobos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my homie. But now the nigga can't even say that. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it. That's how motherfucker want to plead. You know what I'm saying? He go out like that too. But shit, I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude. So I gotta remove that one. And I'm gonna put up that one. Yeah. All right. Had to turn on one of my streams real quick. Save changes, obviously. Go back. All right, now we on kick go.
God did not create Adam and Eve at the same time. He created Adam first, gave Adam his responsibility, gave Adam his word, because God holds men responsible first. When men abandon their lead responsibility, women are critical, they're essential. He uses Easier Kenigdo. She's an essential collaborator. But when mankind fell, God didn't come and say, Adam and Eve, where are y'all? He said, Adam, where are you? The Bible says in Adam all die, not in Adam and Eve all die.
Wow.
When God did the covenant, he said, I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Sarah, Rebecca, and Rachel. In other words, he would hold men ultimately responsible. In Exodus chapter 34, verses 23 and 24, God called all the males, he left all the women home, and he said, if I can get you men to listen to me, I will send you back and I'll save your nation. So he holds men ultimately responsible. So when men fail, it's like the foundation of a house failing. The other parts are critical, but the stability of the other parts are dependent upon the solid foundation. Foundations don't have to be pretty, but they better be strong. So God is calling men to be strong so that everything else, family, churches, and culture, can be built on their strength. Because if not, then we're calling on women to be women and men. And God is not calling on them to be both. He's calling on us to be men. When men fail, the Bible says in Isaiah chapter 3, when men fail, it says the children rebel, the women take over, and it says the men become weak.
Wow.
So the Bible holds men ultimately responsible.
In the Bible, it does hold you responsible. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the son. We are also supposed to be of the Father. And since that, we become the Father. And then after the Father, we become the Son again. It's a, what do you call it? An infinite loop, if you will. But the thing is, in order to go through that infinite loop, you have to go through the woman, who is God, the Creator. But you already knew that, so let's get it.
You all remember the Truman Show? You remember when he finally decided to face his fears and he jumped in that boat? Even though he was terrified of water, he still got in that boat looking for the exit of the Truman Show. You remember the director gave the order to turn the severity of the storm up? Truman was hanging on for dear life. It capsized his boat and tore it all up, but yet and still, he survived. Do y'all remember what happened when he finally exited the Truman Show? What are they trying to do with TikTok? When he finally exited the Truman Show, they cut transmission because they no longer wanted the world to see. And what did the world do? Went right back to doing what they would normally do. What I'm saying is this: only few of you will make it out, but they are willing to destroy the whole system over a handful of people that just want to be free.
Yeah, they willing to shut the whole thing down over us breaking down what the fuck they do. You know what I'm saying? That's how Democrats feel. I'm with Trump. Fuck them all, man. I mean, only politicians, not parents, of course. You know what I'm saying? They just misled for the years. And feds. You know, I was watching a TikTok video. No, I'm thinking it was YouTube. There's a community of Jews that basically live off of the taxpayers' money and government assistance. Their families have at least, I say, three kids on the least, at the least, and up to 17. You understand what I'm saying now? Yeah, 15 kids, new. Yeah, all that good music. And these motherfuckers are the people that be biting off penises and I mean foreskin. My bad, I take that back. Foreskin and sucking baby penises and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And wearing little blocks of Satanism or hats, whatever you want to call it. Look like fucking blocks, but they worship the Saturn system and shit. But the Torah is basically like the Bible, just watered the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Said they taking over MLK Boulevard in Jersey City. Yeah, that's where it's at too. it's a community over in Jersey, Moody. Like, these niggas is taking that fucking shit over. They got the whole shit on lock. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck am I witnessing? But shit, only thing I could do is like, damn, dude, these niggas is real niggas right here. These is the white niggas of the world. These is the roaches that the motherfucking mustache man was trying to unleash, and I mean unalive. You know what I'm saying? Said, and I'm be 100 with you, man. I'm be 100 with you, man. I don't. Not all skin folk is kin folk. Like, these motherfuckers is reptilian as they get, cold blooded. Repeating it in the system, but not working for the system, working against the system. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
America, this is not good. University Hospital's patient under isolation after arriving from Democratic Republic of Congo. Wait till I tell you what's going on in the Congo. A terrifying new flu-like disease has unalived 179 people, mostly teens, and healthy officials have no idea what it is. Well, guess what? It's in Ohio, people. Out of Westlake, Ohio, University hospitals say staff are utilizing proper masking and isolation protocols after a patient arrived to UH St. John Medical Center Emergency Department with flu-like symptoms. Now, according to a spokesperson, the patient recently traveled from the Democratic Republic of Congo. The patient ultimately ended up at UH St. John Medical Center's Emergency Department with flu-like symptoms. You guys, when I say this disease in Congo is not good, I mean it is not good. The unidentified disease has infected at least 300 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo since November 10th, causing flu-like symptoms including fever, headaches, coughing, breathing difficulties, and anemia. Well, America, it just might be here. And of all places, Ohio, right by where I live. Please tell me this is not in our country. This is literally the last thing we need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't need none of that shit, man. Y'all be safe out there. Be safe. You learn from the last one. Keep your ass in. Fucking don't even order DoorDash, man. I don't know, man. Starve shit. Fuck. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know what's going on, bro. Grow your own crops. Prepare though. They almost here.
I don't understand. So we pay for NATO because NATO wants us to protect them from Russia.
Sure.
And now these NATO countries say we're the threat as we're trying to take Greenland, which Denmark's not able to actually really protect from China and Russia incursions or potential incursions. So how is this? Why are we paying people who see us as a threat to protect them?
Hey, man. They starting to see. Next thing you know, they're going to be wiping us out. But hey, not today.
Sir, I just stumbled across some terrible information on the Ingersoll Lockwood site. Come on, just come and view it with me. This is absolutely crazy. For those of you that want to know where to go, it's right there. IngersollLockwood.com. Get a computer, keep up. Now, when you get into the site, it's going to look like this, okay? I know a lot of y'all have seen me on this site before, and I show you that there's hidden gems on this, like that kind of stuff, right? I want you to come up here and look at what I found. See that A right there? Eugenics in America, the legacy of Sanger and Yates. Just get up in here and come look for yourself, you guys. Come and read this stuff here, all right? I can't do too much, but I want you to pay attention to that right there.
Said, let me check because I'm over here reading this shit. It says Negro Project. We advocate for birth control. On the other hand, lay all our emphasis upon stopping not only the reproduction of the unfit, but upon stopping all the reproduction when there is not economic means of providing proper care for those who were born in health. Margaret Sanger, Birth Control and Racial Betterment, February 19th, Forbes.com type shit. And it says Sanger's most successful endeavor towards the goal is what they called the Negro Project. That does not sound good at all. Said the propaganda of the Negro Project with birth control meant better health, so on the premises Birth Control Foundation of America, later named Planned Parenthood, designated 2 Southern Negro Project demonstrations programs to show how medically supervised birth control integrated into existing public health services could improve the general welfare of Negroes, and to initiate a nationwide educational program. What the fuck? It's some fuckery, y'all, man. You see that shit? Let's keep it moving.
How do I continue losing all of my accounts? Well, I show you all things like Hawaii is a gigantic chick, and now let's talk about it. And TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. Entertainment. It's based on a true story, but entertainment only. Now, if you look here in this picture, you'll see that Moana has 2 very close friends. You have Hey Hey, the rooster, who became Hawaii, and Pua, the pig, who's Australian. All right. And there's Hawaii. Okay? Hawaii. I want you all to look. Here is the beak. Here is the hole from the nose. This is the hole from the eye. This is the gobbler under his neck. This is his rooster crown. Up top, the cone. Across the top. All right? Come down to the neck. This is...
Hey, this dude's been showing us the shapes of these islands the whole time. Now, I think people have been sleeping on him, man. Like, this dude's really, like, on some geological monumental shit right now, y'all. We uncovering the shit in real time, too. Like, dude, there's a island off the coast of Ireland that looks like the shape of an angel, and it's called Michael, and they call it the Archangel, the fallen Archangel Michael. I was like, be watching some shit, bro. Nudie, I know you be watching my shit too, because I be liking it and you be on my shit too.
This is everything that happened on the news today, but it's going to be simplified in 60 seconds. Atlantic Ocean could be swallowed by ring of fire after scientists analyze a sleeping subduction zone. If you don't know what that is, they're basically locations on Earth where one plate is pushed below another plate. These usually happen all the time around the world, but they go really slowly, and they're worried if more of them form, it could swallow the entire ocean. A shipwreck worth $17 billion is finally being recovered after 316 years underwater. It was lost. They just found it. The U.S. drops out of list of top 20 happiest countries in the world for the first time ever. None of us even knew it was there to begin with. An urgent warning was just issued to anyone that uses...
Not to mention the aspartame actually gives you throat cancer, so you don't want none of them problems. Stay away from anything containing aspartame, because it fucks up your thyroids.
Fuck GTA 6, fuck Rockstar, fuck Sony, and fuck Microsoft and the shit they wrote in on. And I know that this is Rockstar probably claiming that they delayed it because it's still buggy and unpolished, but you've had 12 fucking years to bring a new game out. And in that 12-year span, you did a whole, like, re-release of, like, your GTA classics. That whole, like, all the old ones got re-released. And you've been able to put time into that. You made Red Dead Redemption 2, and you were apparently supposed to be making that more of a live service. That were supposed to be more updates, better stuff. That was supposed to fill the gap. Well, that filled the gap for, like, the first, like, year of COVID. And other than that, You guys ain't done barely shit with it other than updating new skins and new shit you can do with like finding new specialized animal furs and all that. Like there's almost nothing. There's almost nothing. And people continue to dump money into GTA 5, so why would you care about giving us more content? You're still making money anyway. You know what I think is going to take the cake next year? What's going to be the sleeper hit in the wake and in the just constant never-ending void of waiting for GTA 6? I think Ananta, that anime-style GTA game that went viral for the trailer drop in like September, that's supposed to be releasing this spring. I think that's going to honestly take a lot of those people who are so starved for GTA 6, but so sick of GTA 5 or bored or in between. And aside from just the anime community, I think that game is going to be a sleeper hit. We haven't had a free-to-play sleeper hit in a minute since I guess you could say Marvel Rivals is like the last big free-to-play sleeper hit, but I think genuinely Ananta is going to be great. And Rockstar and Microsoft and Sony, none of them give a shit that they're taking this long to delay the game, to bring the game out. I guarantee you they've probably had talks, or they're probably trying to release this motherfucker on next gen as a launch title of some kind on either or both of those new consoles. I guarantee it. And I don't even believe that this game's coming out November of next year. I think we're looking at a 2027 date, and they know that no matter how long they take, people will pay for it. They know it. They absolutely know it. But what do you think? Are you so sick and tired of waiting for GTA 6 that you're going to try Ananta? And if you haven't seen the Ananta trailer, go fucking check that shit out. It's fucking dope.
He's making me want to check that shit out, man. You know, I've been waiting for GTA 6, like he said, 12 years. You know what I'm saying? Fucking 12 years. Dude, I was playing GTA 5 since my son was alive. Damn, son. Damn, son. Let's keep it moving.
I just got another message from my military friend, and this one's a triple warning you need to hear. Personally, it's got me very worried. Follow and watch till the end, because I may have to delete this. First, he told me, if you're on the West Coast, stay alert. Not for a military strike, but for something that could hit without warning. He compared it to that massive quake off Russia earlier this year that triggered tsunami alerts across the Pacific. Said unusual seismic readings have been coming in for days, and they're quietly preparing evacuation routes in certain coastal towns. None of this is making headlines yet. Second, he warned about something brewing inside the country, a spark and spread event. He said certain cities are being quietly monitored, and the moment the wrong trigger hits, whether it's political or economic, lockdowns and curfews could roll out in hours, not days. When I asked for specifics, he gave me the names of the cities that are going to ignite first. And the third, he said agencies that never worked together are suddenly running joint operations. When I pressed him, he said, it's not from here, and it's not the weather. Then he told me to delete our conversation, which I did. However, the full details, including which coastal towns and the cities they're watching, the warning sign you need to look out for if you're on the West Coast, and more that I just can't say here on TikTok, are in the breakdown I just posted on Patreon.
Yeah, they talking about that winter advisory storm, dude. They gonna hit us with that fucking geoengineered shit. You feel me? That blast from cold pass. We gonna get like 6 feet snow and shit. No, I'm just saying. I hope not. I hope not, man. I really do hope not. I really don't hope we get anything. Hope we get just like a little cold, and that's it. I don't want no government snow, man. It's too flat out here. People don't know how to drive in the snow, man. It's fucking retarded. I don't like it. Like it one bit. It's like how you don't know how to drive in snow. Huh? Just tap the brakes till that shit work. Shit, that motherfucking brake will work. Just keep it tapping.
Oh, you ain't wait so long to pick up the phone this time, huh? You knew I had some piping hot tea, so let's get into it. Listen, China agreed on a plan to stop harmful fent from coming over here. You know, fent that get you sent. Right. You know, they was like circumventing their way to get it over here through Argentina, Venezuela, Colombia, you know, the little South American countries. Right. Well, Trump went over there, struck a deal. It won't be coming over here, the harmful stuff anymore. They are going to now require a license to export certain chemicals to the U.S., fent being one of them, right? But just in case, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, he launched Operation Southern Spear. Let me tell you what that is, child. They're using tech and robotics to detect cartel activity in the ocean. Right. You got the fast boats, bitch. We got Elon. We win again. Listen, let's talk about this Epstein stuff. Now, when the shutdown was over and the Democrats didn't get what they want, I knew they were going to pull a stunt. I just wasn't sure which kind of stunt they were going to pull. Well, we see now. Got the tea on that. Listen up. Virginia Giuffre, that's the victim in the Epstein files, you know. She never implicated Trump in any wrongdoing. Matter of fact, she cleared his name. She unfortunately lost her life to suicide in April of 2025, this year, right? Now, apparently, she came back from the dead and said, I take it back. Now, I don't know how they did it, if they got a medium, I don't know. But the crazy thing is, if you had it all this time, why wait till now to release it? Well, we're going to go a step further. If you want to hide anything from a Democrat, just put it in an official document. You know, just tell them something. They're going to make memes off of it and never think to read. So I read it. Nothing in those emails says that Trump did anything. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. But this is why you don't move off emotions. Y'all so mad that you didn't get what you want from the shutdown. You released the email that could possibly implicate your favorites in a Russia collusion that we've been talking about. So it ain't going to be no fun because the rabbit going to have the gun again. Checkmate. When y'all going to learn? Anyway, listen. Now that the shutdown is over and SNAP benefits have been released, the poor children can eat because the fine, upstanding citizens who are on SNAP have now taken to Facebook to sell their damn food stamps for cash. I can't make this up. Now, I know y'all gonna say something like, well, what are they supposed to do for money? And for some strange reason, I figured work. But who are me? What do I know? Apparently shit. Anyway, I'm glad y'all picked up. Listen, the link is in the bio because you've been asking me for it. You know, since they say he a king, might as well kingin', you know. Anyway, get your shirts and I'll call y'all back. Love y'all. Bye.
I'm still thinking about the damn Jewish people over there in that one community where they're just taking over. They got a whole town and shit. That shit fucking blowing me, bro. How the fuck? I wonder what they about to do. Is they about to start like probably gonna start eating themselves, huh? I mean, either that or kidnapping people. If people start come up missing, start looking in these communities, I guarantee that's what their secret recipe is.
This woman, I don't know the woman that he is sitting down with who's teaching him how to sew in this video, but this woman, in my opinion, was placed in this position in this specific moment by God. Because as soon as he sits down, I want you to listen to the question that she asked him. All right, let's play it.
Okay, so then now what I want you to do is just verify that this one's going to go here the way we want it to.
This?
Yeah, so yeah, that one matches there, this one matches here, so then you can go ahead and stop. You see what I mean?
This one matches here?
Yeah, because you see this one goes to this dot, and then that one goes to that dot.
Okay, so we know which one it is.
Yeah. But how we laid it down, here, wait, let me just, hold on. How we laid it down, and we saw that like this was going this way, the same, you would have to repin once, you know what I mean? But just check before you sew the second sleeve. Okay. Because then you'll be a little less well. So I'll clean this up and I'm gonna put this in here the way it's supposed to go, and you'll put the other one in the way it's supposed to go. What kind of church did you grow up going to?
Huh?
What kind of church did you grow up going to?
Catholic.
Oh, Oh, really? Okay, you're becoming more interesting. So did you like Catholicism, or are you still consider yourself Catholic?
Yeah, I actually do. I feel like I'm more. I haven't been to any other church, but I do feel as if it's like just much. It's really is in depth of like even the vibe of the church. And the whatever my mom just had me grow up in there. Yeah. I'm baptized. I'm confirmed. I've done everything. Yeah, I've done first communion. Like.
And do you have a church?
I was going to schools on Saturdays, huh?
Do you have a church out here?
No, I don't. I'm not able to go to churches anymore for real.
Because you can't. You can't go nowhere. That'd be normal.
It gets hectic.
Yeah. I can imagine. Do you still watch it on Sundays?
To be honest, I haven't, but I am heavy in like prayer and just practicing what my mom told me to. Yeah, but my mom encourages me to go to church. I'll be telling her I just can't literally. But she wants me to have somebody come to the house, and I don't know.
You should. Or you can come to my Bible study if you ever want to.
Yeah, I do want to get into reading the Bible. I'm not gonna lie.
It starts back up in January.
I have to set time for it. I need to get time on it. I need to make it like a once a week thing, or
yeah. You know. So we meet up once a week and we paint and we just talk about God.
Really? That's fine.
So I already knew he was Catholic. I think I guess some of y'all didn't know that in the chat, but I already knew that he was Catholic, which is very interesting. To be respectful. But I thought it was very interesting what he said in terms of that he wants to get into reading the Bible. But I think the fact that she asked that question and the fact that she invited him to a Bible study, I thought that was incredible. I also think it's I'm trying to expand my vocabulary.
And I had grabbed that video because it shows the growth of this young kid. You know what I'm saying? This dude was not too long ago. This dude was doing a lot of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fuckery. He caused a lot of commotions and shit. I still didn't see this dude go to jail or nothing, but he did do the little fucking like celebrity lockup shit where he was basically like locked up for however long he was supposed to do his time and shit, but everybody was doing time with him and shit, so it wasn't really like the nigga was locked up with it. Like, you was just fucking inside of a community shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know. It's weird. But money makes shit funny, I guess. And that shit looked like it was a big joke. Some basic instructions before leaving the earth, for real. What a dude is, let's say like this, dude, they put that kid through a lot. And that kid was doing a lot of bad. He was drinking on the street, corrupted a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying? Started fucking with strippers, all that shit. Like, dude, why the fuck would you even, like, but being on the platform and having the reach that he had, it was kind of like their way of telling him, like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this and stuff, and then we'll give you this, this, and this and stuff. And he's like, well, okay. But as soon as it got to like the P. Diddy shit, where Kevin and them wanted to do the stuff, I think that's when he backed out. He's like, nah, this ain't for me, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that, yeah, but it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I think the kid on the right path. You know what I'm saying? He could be going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? As long as he focusing on his dream and not trying to like corrupt people in a bad way and shit. I think he got a lot of potential. You know what I'm saying? But it's for the fruits that we have to tell and judge, not the person, because the labor and shit that they focus on and the work that they put in, that's really what determines how they focus and then what they're doing in life. You know what I'm saying? If they're creating, they're going to create. If people are in destruction mode, they're going to be in destruction mode. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody else, and we just try to be blessed up in this, but we want to be in bliss. We don't want to be less. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. Let's get it.
I thank you, Lord, for my birth and everything that's followed. I thank you, Lord, for today, and I will pray for tomorrow. I thank you, Lord, for your guidance, because it's all that counts. And right here, right now, Lord, this is your house.
You know, y'all don't really do that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm a Buddhist, but the same thing is like people meditate and pray. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the light. Walk with the guidance that you know you're doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like you're doing the wrong thing, stop it. Do better. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jordan would have said. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, I like to appreciate y'all for coming out. I tried to do a long show, but I didn't really have nobody to interact with, so it wasn't really like easy trying to stretch these videos. But you know what I'm saying? I try. And with that being said, I like to thank y'all for coming through. We're gonna try to do another one. Matter of fact, we're gonna get another one done tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Do these things the right way, you feel me?
Mars. Only a fool would include his own death as part of a plan. Young lady.
Mars so cold, I think I'm done with ice. Birds, if I leave her, she gon' die. Well, bitch, you done with life. Okay.
Your future hasn't been written yet. No one's has. Your future is whatever you make it. So make it a good one.
Friends are some of the fakest people you ever have in your life. Because friends will never allow you to just be yourself. Oh, man, nigga, you sound like you're getting weak. Oh, man, you sound like you get. They ain't gonna let you say, man, I'm hurt right now, homie. I feel like hurt. They gonna go tell somebody, man, nigga talking about killing himself. So, friends don't check on nobody. Family go check on your family. Because friends have to fake with one another. Friends have to be fake in order for us to be real friends. I can't tell you, nigga, you wrong when you wrong.
I felt that! My bad. That shit hit me. That shit hit me, man. That shit touched me on another level.
Homie, friends don't let each other be who they really want to be, my nigga. I got to be who you want me to be so we can remain friends. If I tell you I don't like this, I don't want to kick that nigga, I don't want to rob that nigga, and we from the same hood, but we friends. I can't go against my friend because my friend gonna quit me. So if I'm really your friend, I can tell you no. I can tell you I don't like this. I don't want to do this. Say, homie, I'm on the phone with my girl. Can you cut this down? And you don't say, oh, man, nigga caking on the phone. My friend understand this is my girl. So when he heard me talking to my girl, he cut the music down. Without shaming me. Friends wake up every day to shame one another. Why do you want me to believe when you call me, homie, and we Jones and high side? What friends do with each other. But man, my family ain't gonna do this. So I build a family away from a family, nigga.
We had a saying where we would be like, peace, be safe. But then we heard Nipsey say, stay dangerous. And I never understood it. But then when I finally understood it, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Stay dangerous. Because when you are, you're aware. If you're part of the danger, you can see the danger around you as well. You have to stay dangerous. Because if we're not, we're going to get caught unaware. And then we're just a pawn being used. When you carry yourself like a king, you will be.